dear students. Today we are going to learn lesson number 5, that is temperature. So now children, what do you mean by the term temperature? Temperature means what? How hot or cold something is. Something is related to any object or person's body also. Okay. So here temperature means what? How hot or cold any object or person's body is. Okay. So now in this chapter, we are going to study about the distribution of sun rays in various parts of the earth. Okay, children, as we know, sun is our natural source of heat and light. Okay, we receive heat from sun. Okay, so now we are going to see how the sun rays are distributed in various parts of the earth. Okay, see children, this picture you must have seen in lesson number 2. Okay, these are what important parallels and meridians. So here children, we are going to study this in detail now. Okay, so now see, sun rays which are coming towards the earth, they travel in straight lines. Okay children, they are what? The sun rays coming towards the earth, they travels in straight lines. But as we know that, children, as we know, earth axis is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degrees. Okay, earth's axis is tilted. So, and it is also it is spherical in shape. So as the earth is spherical in shape, these rays, they are not perpendicular to all parts of the earth's surface. Okay, they are not perpendicular. They are not falling perpendicular on all parts of the earth's surface. See children, here you can see that. I'll zoom for you. Here you can see area of perpendicular rays, area of slanting rays, and area of very slanting rays. Okay, so these are the regions where the sun rays are falling perpendicularly and sun rays are falling in a slanting direction. Now, so now how they are falling in this particular region, we are going to study in detail. Okay, so now see, in some parts they are perpendicular, whereas in other parts they are slanting. So the perpendicular rays, okay children, what will be the effect of these rays? The rays which are perpendicular and the rays which are falling in slanting direction, what will be the effect of these rays on the earth? Okay, so the perpendicular rays occupy less area. Okay children, the perpendicular rays, they occupy less area. See, the part where the rays occupy lesser area receives bright sunshine and greater heat. Okay children, see here, this region where the rays are what? I'll show you. Here, this region is receiving what? This region is receiving perpendicular rays. So what is happening? The part where the rays occupy lesser area, what happens? And they lesser area, they receive bright sunshine and greater heat. Okay, so this region is experiencing greater heat and bright sunshine. Okay, so now moving ahead, because of this, the surface there gets heated more and the air becomes hotter in that region. And this region is what? This region is our equatorial region. Okay, see here, this region is our equatorial region. So children, what happens here is, as we have seen that, the part where the rays occupy lesser area, they receives bright sunshine and greater heat. Because of this, the surface there gets heated more and the air becomes what? Hotter in that region. Now what happens in the region where the rays are slanting direction? Okay, the slant rays occupy a larger area. Now what happens children? The slant rays occupy a larger area. So what happens in this area? The sunlight appears less bright and there is less heat. Okay, so the surface there gets less heated and the air too is less hot. So now see, let us see the region where there is slanting rays falling on earth. Okay, so this is the region, children, see here. So see, it is occupying larger area. Okay, this is occupying larger area. So see here, this region is experiencing what? Slanting rays. So now what is happening, children? And we have seen that this region is what? Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, they are these regions where the sun rays are what? They are in slanting direction. Okay, they are falling slanting, in a slanting direction. So what happens? Sunlight appears to be less bright and there is less heat in this region. So what will happen, children? The surface there gets less heated and the air too is less hot in this region. Okay, children. So now see, they are not slanting means like this. Not perpendicular is what? Straight. They are forming 90 degree and they are what? In a slanting direction. Okay. Yes. So now see, children, here moving ahead. Here even in the region, now what area? A region where the rays are very slanting. They are falling in a very slanting direction. Now what is happening here? See this region. These regions will be what? They will be there will be what? The surface there will be very less heated and the air will be cool in that region. It will not be hot in that region. So this region is our polar region. Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle. Okay, North Pole, South Pole, our polar regions. Okay. So now moving ahead. Now see, children, in this we are going to study from this figure about the Earth's shape and the distribution of sun rays. So as we know that Earth is spherical in shape, right? So as Earth is spherical in shape, and we have seen that the sun rays, they are falling and in some region it is falling in perpendicular direction, whereas in some region it is falling in slanting, and in some other region it is falling in a very slanting. There are very slanting rays are falling in that particular region. So now let us see that region A receives perpendicular rays. Okay, region A receives perpendicular rays, whereas the region marked with B receives slant rays, and in the region marked with C, the rays are extremely slanting. Okay, the rays are what? They are extremely slanting in the region C, and in the region B, it is what? It is slant rays, and here in the region A, the rays are perpendicular rays. Okay, so now what is happening here? We are going to study in detail. Now see, children, here sun rays falling on the earth are straight and parallel to each other. Okay, they are what? The sun rays. Okay, here see, this is our sun. Okay, children, this is our sun, and the sun rays falling on the earth are straight and parallel to each other. Okay, so now we will consider this region. Okay, region A. So here the rays will be what? They will be perpendicular, and they will be what? They will be straight and they will be parallel to each other. They won't intersect. Okay, they will be parallel to each other. Now what happens? However, we have seen that due to the spherical shape of the earth, okay, due to the spherical shape of the earth, and as earth axis is tilted, the resultant curvature of the surface, okay, they occupy a larger or lesser area. Now what happens, children? See, these sun rays which are falling on the earth's surface, they are straight and parallel to each other. But what happens, as the earth's shape is spherical in shape, okay, it is spherical, and because of its curvature, because of the curvature of the surface, they occupy larger or lesser area. Okay, it is curved. Curvature is what? It is curved. The shape, its surface is curved. Okay, So what happens here is they occupy a large, sometimes it occupy larger areas in a particular region, and these sometimes it occupy lesser area in certain region. Okay, see, we have seen that the region where the sun rays were falling in perpendicular, it was occupying lesser area, whereas the region where the sun rays were falling in slanting region, it was occupying more area. Okay, so it will depend on the area. Okay, and why it occurs? Because of its spherical shape and because of its curvature. Okay, so now what happens because of this? This will lead to the unequal distribution of the heat received from the sun. See children, we are receiving heat from the sun, but the surface, different parts of the earth's surface, they are going to receive what? They are going to receive unequal distribution. They are not going to receive same, or they are not going to receive equal distribution of the heat. Some region are going to experience more heat, whereas some region are going to receive less heat. Okay, so now what happens? This will result in decreasing temperature from the equator to the north and south poles. So this point I'm going to explain you with the help of the figure, children. Now see, here, see children, here like I told you, as we know that we receive heat from the sun. Okay, so because of the spherical shape and because of the curvature of the surface, what happens? The sun rays, they will occupy a larger or lesser area, right? So this will lead to the unequal distribution of the heat received from the sun. Okay, they are not going to receive equal amount of heat in all the regions. So some regions are going to experience more heat, means this region is going to experience more heat. So, and the region above it and below it are going to experience less heat as compared to the region of as compared to the equatorial region. So they have said what? This will result in the decrease. This will result in the decrease in temperature from the equator towards the North Pole and towards the South Pole. Okay, children. So now moving ahead, based on the distribution of temperature, the earth can be divided into torrid, temperate and frigid zones, or tropical, temperate and polar regions. Now what do you mean by torrid, temperate and frigid? We are going to study in detail. I'm going to give you the meaning of it, children. Okay, so now torrid means what? A region where it is very hot or dry. Okay, children, torrid means what? Very hot or dry. Temperate means what? It is not very hot, not very cold. It is neither hot or neither cold. Not too much hot or not too much cold. Okay, next is frigid. Frigid zones means what? It is very cold in temperature. Again, I will repeat. Torrid or tropical. Torrid or tropical, it is very hot, or torrid or tropical, it is very hot or dry. Temperate means not very hot and not very cold. And frigid means very cold in temperature. Frigid means, frigid zone means polar or polar regions. They will be very cold in temperature. Okay. So now let us see with the help of this figure. Okay. This figure is our thermal zones. Okay. So now we are going to see the distribution, okay, of sun rays in these regions. So see, equator. Okay. This region is our equatorial region. Okay. So here we are going to experience the torrid zone. So torrid means what I have told you. Torrid means very hot or dry. So in this region, sun rays are falling in perpendicular direction. That is why this region is going to experience more heat. And as it is going to experience, or as it is going to receive more heat, because of this, the temperature in this region will be very hot and dry. Okay. Now moving ahead, we are going to see the temperate zone. We are going to study the temperate zone. Now what happens here, children? Here in the temperate zone, as I have told you, temperate means what? Not very hot and not very cold. So here in this region, the sun rays are falling in slanting. Okay, there the sun rays are what? They are slanting rays. Okay, they are falling in slanting direction. So what happens here is these regions, okay, these regions are going to experience not very hot and not very cold temperature. Okay, so here in this region the temperature will be not very hot and not very cold. So here this region is what? This region is our temperate zone region. Okay, and here it is what it is. It moves from the Tropic of Cancer towards the North Pole and Tropic of Capricorn towards the South Pole. Now children, moving ahead, we are going to study this frigid zone. Okay, this frigid zone which is near to the North Pole and South Pole. So like I have told you, frigid means very cold in temperature. Okay, so this region is going to receive what? Very less. Okay, these rays will be what? Here in this region, the sun rays will be extremely slanting. Okay, the sun rays will be what? They will be extremely slanting, children. So what will happen? So this region is going to receive very, very less heat. Okay, these regions are going to receive very less heat. And because of this, what will happen? The region will be very cold in temperature. Okay, the region will be what? The region will be very cold in temperature. Okay, now moving ahead. So now I hope you have understood this, children. Now moving ahead, we are going to study that though latitude is the main factor, okay, these parallels will be what? They are the main factor. There are other factors also which influence the distribution of temperature. Okay, see, we have studied these parallels, this equator, this Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle, and Tropic of Capricorn, and Antarctic Circle. We have studied these important parallels. Okay, they influence the distribution of temperature, but okay, and their effects are limited to a particular region. Okay, see children, their effects will be limited to a particular region. Okay, they are going to experience, their effect will be in that particular region only. See here. So for example, in this temperate zone, here only its effect will be in this region only. For example, frigid zone, this region is going to experience very cold temperature. Okay, so their effect will be in that particular region only, limited to that region only. It will not extend. Okay, so now there are some other factors also. Okay, what are these factors? Okay, we are going to study. Now see, nearness to the sea. Okay, for example, the regions who are near to the sea, near to the coastal region, they are going to experience different climatic condition. Okay, continentality. Okay, now what is continentality? It is what? The degree to which the climate of the region represents the interior of large landmass. Okay, now what is continentality? Continentality is what? The degree to which the climate of a region represents the interior of large land. Okay, interior. Okay, interior part of a land. Now, height above the mean sea level. okay, and the physical setup of a region are the factors that lead to the diversity in the climate of different regions. Okay, what is the reason of why we experience different climatic conditions in a particular region? We receive different we experience diversity in the climate of different regions. Why? Because of the nearness to the sea, continentality, height above the mean sea level, and physical setup of a region. Okay, other than these, there are some factors such as cloud cover, winds, vegetation cover. Now children, vegetation means what? Plants found in that region. Okay, urbanization is what? Where, see, for example, we know that people move from rural areas to urban areas. Okay, so in urbanization is what? Increase in the percentage of people living in urban areas than in the rural areas. Okay, so now next is industrialization. Okay, industrialization is what? Industrial development, okay, in that particular region are also, they also influence the local climate of the particular region. Okay children, so today we are going to today we will end here only. Okay, and we are going to complete the next part in our next session.